He could have made us come to help if you go to Peter chapter.
Okay. Shalom to everybody online. Right. Friday class, Lashawan Qadash Hebrew class. Right. So today we're gonna learn some Hebrew. Right. We're gonna have a quick recap over some words we went over last week. All right. So we know that the prior week before in General Hammond's class, he wanted how to say a sodomite in Hebrew. Now, of course, in here we go by whatever the scripture says. I'm saying Jeremiah 6:16 says, look for the old path, or look for the old way, wherein it's good, and there you shall find safety. Now the Isupk is that old path, is that old way. And any other thing that you see out there is some new thing, it's a new path, and it will be unsuccessful, as Jeremiah said, right? So now Sodom, referring to the people in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Their name meant scorch, meaning when something burns against something else, all right? A sodomite in the scripture, the wording for sodomite was not the word Saddam or the actual word Sodom per se, right? But the word given there was the Hebrew word for separate, which is Qadash. All right, and likewise a harlot in similar instances, right? It said Qadashah. Okay, Qadashah meaning the lower version of these separate people that you gotta separate. What is a sodomite? A sodomite is a so-called or LGBT member, right? And LGBT members, you keep them away from you because that demon in particular, you know what I mean, you don't want that to get to anybody around you with their demon, all right? The ideology or nothing from them, or the disease from them. You know what I mean? You know, they want to see that weird thing that they got going on. Is very disturbing to see, all right? It's a shame they got it in our children's schools, but you know, this is the devil's playground, Manhattan. You know what I mean? This is the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, the scripture says, right? No problem, right? Okay. So we're gonna erase that. And we're gonna cover what else is on the board. Deleting as we go down. I want to focus on these ones over here. These are very important words right here. I'm not sure what this is right here. Affliction, hurt. Okay, so this is referring to Simeon, right? Simeon, right? Where the word affliction is similar to this. Aina means answer, right? So of course, Aina is not in Shamaiwan's name, who's breaking down Shamaiwan and how the main word in Shamaiwan, right, is Shamai. Right? Shamai means to hear, right? To hear, to listen. All right? One, W-A-N, that one means this is a noun. This is a person, place, or thing, meaning you're not calling to somebody. You're not telling somebody what to do. All right? That one is the signifier that this is a noun. Okay? Aina's answer. So if I want to say answer me, then you will say Ainaya. Ainaya. Right? Answer me. Right? Aina is also the word for affliction. Let me just have a quick double check on that. Let me get my tablet as a matter of fact so I can show everybody. Right?
Meanwhile, so I want to remind everybody that the Isupk headquarters cookout is coming up August 27th. At Marcus Garvey Park, all right? Make sure you pull up. If you're in the tri-state area or if you're overseas, we have brothers from the UK that went to Chicago, all right? So make sure you come to the Isupk headquarters Harlem Cookout, which will be held at Marcus Garvey Park, August 27th, from 12 to 7 p.m.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? Me and Itis are planning to have a lecture too. Around that time, we plan to have a Hebrew lecture. You know, we plan to have live interactions on a mass scale in the classroom here. Okay? Okay? I got the word affliction here. It says Ainya. Okay, so look not upon my affliction. So this is Genesis 29 and 32. Genesis 29 and 32. I'm gonna show everybody, right? Genesis 29, 32. Okay. So here we are. Here we have the interlinear. Okay. And here's affliction. And it says ba, meaning on or in, and then ainya ya, aina ya ya, right? So that last ya is to say my, the aina ya is to say affliction, right? Now what I want is I want 2 or 3 witnesses. I want another instance from another book. All right, so here we go. Okay, we got 2 Kings 14:26. 2 Kings 14:26. Okay, and it goes right there. Ainia, that's enough right there, right? Ainia is the word for affliction. Okay. So we just put that on there. Ainia. Ya. Okay, Ainia is affliction. Right? Aina is answer. Okay, I want to know, being that we're on this, I want to know what Ain is, and possibly, right, if possible, I want to find out what Iwan is, right? So now, when you put a wa in the middle of a Hebrew word, it's like saying ing. All right? When you put a ya in the middle of a Hebrew word, it's like saying ed at the end of a word. Okay? So I'm gonna give it a check. Lamanasa I. All right, and then from here we're gonna go to some pretty basic stuff. All right. There we go. Okay. I don't see iron by itself at all. Okay. Here's na, and it says it's from 6031, and then 6031 they're saying it's from 6030. Right. So they're not giving us an answer on what Ain is without the ha. All right. So let me just check I1 right quick. Okay, there we go right there. I1. Lamanasa. Ilam. I1. Okay, here we go. I1. I don't see anything. Okay, let me not spend too much time on that, right? Okay, moving on, right? So that's Shammai-wan, right? We understand that, right? So Zabalawan. The key word is Zabal in Zabalawan. We went over wan already. Wan means it's a noun, right? Wa. Okay? So W right there. W-A-N. Right? Zabalawan. Zabal means to dwell, meaning this is where I live. Alright? So Zabal. So I want to say, what is your address? Right? What is your address? Right? You replacing address with Zabal. Right? Really, the word for this will be sit, because we say sit in Hebrew to say, where you live, right? But for this case, it's dwell, right? You'll say, is that right to get us off? Where, what is your address? Or I'll have to say, where do you dwell? Where dwell you? That's what it's like. Where dwell you? Right, so let's do where instead, right? We know that ma is how you say what in Hebrew, ma with a H on it, right? Where should be ayah. So let me write in English first. I'm gonna put where. It's not English, so we're not gonna put do. We're gonna say where you dwell. That's how we talk in Hebrew. Where you dwell. Right? So keep that in mind, right? And then we're gonna put where in Hebrew is ayah. Right? Ayah. And we're gonna put dwell first. Dwell will be zabal, like Zabala one. Right? Zabala, like Zabala one, right? Zabala. And then the you is gonna be ka. Alright? And that's how you say, that's how you would say where you live. Say it again?
Ayah Zabalka.
Ayah Zabalka. Right? Now we sound like some aliens. We sound like some UAPs. You know what I mean? Ayah Zabalka. You know what I mean? That's a very foreign language. And this was a language that black people had before slavery in America. Right? This was the original language of black people. And no one speaks like this. Why? Because we were the only people that spoke it. You know what I mean? So we're the missing link. The missing link is the Hebrew. Right? Ayah Zabalka. That's how black people talk, all right? Okay? Next, we got Ephraim. I am fruitful. This I right here is how you say I. You say I in Hebrew by saying ah. So it'll be ah, right? To say me, ah, to say I, and then ka, to say you, right? In an average way. Formally, of course, then you have to say anya, to say I or I am, and then formally it'll be ata, to say you. But regular talk, ah, ka. All right? We got a kid here, right? Can you see ah? Ah? What does ah mean? Good. Give her a hand. That's good. Right? And how do you say you? She was listening. What's that cry? Right? Sissy, good? Give it a try. Give it a try. Do it to your father. Right? Say I and you. Hebrew. Hebrew. Ka is what? Ka is you. Very good. And then how do you say I? It was ah. Very good. All right. No sweat. No sweat. You know what I mean? Ka. Okay. Put on the spot. You know what I mean? Salak it says. All right. Salak means forgive. Salakia, forgive me. All right. I is I. Para is for fruit. Para is fruit. All right? And that's the Puerto Rican's name. The name is fruitful. For Manasha. Oh, by the way, we're going to Puerto Rico next week. But it's supposed to rain all week. You know what I mean? Ma in the Hebrew is how you say of or from. All right? So if you're from New York, Ma, New York. If you're from Chicago, Ma, Chicago. Right? Now don't get confused with the Ma meaning of and then the Ma, which means what? Ma is what? We're going to put it on the board in a minute so everybody can have a clear understanding, all right? Nasha is how you say forget. Right? Nasha is forget. Right? So if I want to say I forgot, I equals R. And then forget is Nasha. So I forgot. I would say Nasha. I forgot. Let me give it a try, sis. Say it again. Say it. As I. And then forget is. Good. There you go. There you go. And what does that mean? It means I forgot. Very good. Very good. Okay. Good. Also, if you have any questions of anything you would like to say, all right, just put your hand up. Even if it's a shy hand, I'll see it. All right, we'll get anything that you want to say, all right, in your own language. All right, but now this is your language. All right, English that we speak, hello, goodbye. That's not our language. That's the language that we got from our slave masters a long time ago. Right, but you have your own language, and God is making sure that we get back to our own language now, and that's why we're here. Okay, okay. God means truth. God don't mean God. God in Hebrew, God's name in Hebrew is Yahweh. Right. The word for how we say God in Hebrew is Allah or Allah Yom. Right? Because the word God in itself means power. This God is not with an O, it's with an A. God. God means troop, like a soldier marching. Right? Good. Reuben's name, Ra'awaban. And that main word that we can focus on right here, Ban, means son, and Ra'ah means seed. Ra'ah. Ra'ah, just like that. Ra'ah. Right? So how do you say seed in Hebrew? Ra'ah. Say it. Ra'ah. Very good. And what does Ra'ah mean? Means to see. Very good. Okay? Asher, right? Now these right here, right? These are all on these blue signs all around you right here. Right? That's what I'm translating the names that's at the top of these blue signs. I'm translating them into English over here, and I'm making you understand what these names mean. Right? Right here, right? In the Hebrew, right? So we can understand what they are, because they mean things. Judah means something, right? Manasseh, that means something. Benjamin, Levi, your tribe is Levi, right? You're Haitian, your father's Haitian. So you will be a Levite. You'll be a daughter of Levi, meaning a long time ago, you had a forefather whose name in the Bible was Levi. Or in the Creole, he said Levi. Right? So your forefather a long time ago, it's not a mystery. We know now. Your forefathers a long time ago, thousands of years ago, his name was Levi in Creole. Okay?
Great grandpa.
Great grandpa. His name was that one right there. Levi. That's your great infinity.
Right.
Your grandpa a long time ago. All right? And he was the father of all Haitian. All right? And all of these names right here, these are the great grandfathers of all of the people within our race today. All of these men, right, who were just like your dad, they became the fathers of Black and Latino people today. Okay, so very important people to us, these names right here, as we got them on the board right here, right? Asher, in the Hebrew, Ashar. Ashar means happy. This is how you say happy. Ashar is how you say happy in Hebrew. So if you say I happy, you say Ashar. All right? Ashar, right? To say I'm happy. Right? Naphtali My wrestling, I'm gonna cut it short now, right? Isupk, Yashikar, he's a higher. Shakar is how you say pay, or the highest someone paid. That first Shah right here is referred to being pertaining to. Yah right here. Yah. That Yah right here is how you say he. So if I want to say he happy, Yah Ashar. Okay? Okay, good. Any questions online? That's the last?
So just brothers and sisters checking in. We have also your Baltazar checking in from Buffalo, New York. Mashima Ayash.
Okay.
Jada Brown from Freeport, LA. Ricardo Agara.
Okay, Thor, right?
Checking in, sir.
For sure. Big up everybody checking in. All right, so anybody that got any questions, any question, no matter what it is, in the Hebrew, but that pertains to the Hebrew, we will definitely get it. All right, we'll get you some Hebrew on the board. Let's go over the alphabet. All right, let's go over the alphabet. So we got where do you live? Aya, Zabal, Ka. Right? As a matter of fact, let's do the basic stuff, right? Shalom. Shalom is how you say hello. Right? Shalom is how you say hello. Right? Shalom properly means peace. Right? Even hello. Hello is from a version of English, the old English, which is hail. Right? Hello is from hail. So one time you would hail somebody, you say, hail brother. Right? Hail sister, hail, meaning how you doing? Like hail. Right? Or you heard this before in them old English cartoons, they'll say, oh, hail the king, meaning to welcome the king. Okay, that's where the word hello comes from. Okay? Oh, sure. Right. Okay. What other words do we say here, right? We have to open the door, right? The door in Hebrew is Dala. Right? Dala. Okay. How do we say please? Do you know how to say please in Hebrew? Heard it before, not sure? I'll say if you don't remember. Say it again. You want me to thank you? How do you say thank you? Merci. That's French, Creole. That's right. So let's put thank you on the board. Thank you. I'm spelling it wrong. Hold on. Thank you. In English, in French, in Creole, mercy, right? I know what the French accent is like merci, right? Something like that, right?
French is merci, right?
Merci, right? Mercy, right? And in the Hebrew, this is Thawada. Right? So in here, thank you is Thawada. Very good. Right? Now when you want to say you're welcome, how do you say you're welcome? How do you say you're welcome in Creole?
How do you say it?
Very good.
Huh?
Very good.
Berrien?
Derrien.
Derrien.
Derrien, it's like, it's really French.
Yeah.
We say it in a way,
way.
we say it in a slang way, but proper way to say it in Creole, pour rien, meaning it's for nothing. That would be how you would say it now, how you would translate it in Creole.
Okay, that's kind of like the Hebrew, right? For nothing.
What? For nothing. Pour rien.
Okay. Pour
Rien.
ayen.
Rien.
Onion.
Yen.
Yeah. Okay. So is it P-U?
P-O-U.
P-O-U-O-N?
A-N.
A-N. And then Y-E-N?
Y-E-N. Sir.
Together or space?
No, one word. Onion.
And
Pour is one word. Onion is one word.
what does pool mean?
Four.
Pool means four. And then onion
It's
means
almost
nothing.
like Spanish, like Paul, or P-O-R, but in Creole it's pool.
It's pool, right? And then onion means nothing.
Nothing.
Good, nice. Okay. Now, of course, we got to do the Hebrew. I mean, onion in Hebrew is ayan. You know what I mean? Ayan, it sounds very close. You know what I mean? No, you gotta look into that, man.
Good.
You know what I mean? Onion is ayan.
Right.
Yeah, ayan means nothing.
Shalom, shalom.
And then people want to tell me that Haitians are Africans. Haitians already speak in Hebrew. Haitians already speak in Hebrew. Pour ayen. You know what I mean? Ayan the bar. Ayan the bar is how we say, you're welcome. Ayan the bar. Right? Ayan the bar. That means nothing. Speak. Alright? That's how we say, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Salakia, applying to that, they nada, which means nada means nothing.
Yeah.
It goes pretty.
It's the same thing. Okay. Good. Okay. We have to say the word please. Alright, so please. I know in French, would you say por favor? Por favor, you want to say por favor? How do you say please in Creole? Shemaya, right? Shemaya? How you say please? You remember? If you don't remember, it's okay. Remember, okay. Remember, you don't remember to say I said please, right? Please, just as up.
Creole?
Yeah. S'il vous plaît. What did I say? I said por favor, that was Spanish. S'il vous plaît. God, s'il vous plaît.
That's really French.
Yeah, that's very
But
French.
in Creole, we would say it in a slang way, we Creolize it.
Yeah.
But the word in Creole will be tampri.
Say it again?
Tampri.
Tampri.
C-A-N-P-R-I. That would be the official Creole word for s'il vous plaît. But s'il vous plaît, we say it when we speak Creole.
Yeah.
We say it, but it's the influences of the French.
Okay. Is it common though? Which one is common?
It's common. It's
S'il vous
common.
plaît is common.
It's common as well as tampri. It's like interchangeable. This is how much influence the French has. But a proper Creole word will be tampri.
Tampri. How you spell the pre?
P-R-I.
P-R-I.
One word. C-A-N-P-R-I.
T-A-M.
N as an MC.
T-A-N.
P-R-I.
P-R-I. Okay, we put it on the board, right? No. This one, I'm gonna keep it this one right here. Okay. 'Cause I know this one, because if I'm not mistaken, that boo is you, right?
Right.
And then that play, that say it again?
Formal.
That's formal, right? And then that play is the please.
Con.
This is very easy to remember.
If it pleases you.
And then
Basically, that means
I thought the seal is will. I thought it was like will you please?
see. It's really a contraction.
Mhm.
Si il vous plaît, which means translating this will be if it pleases you.
Okay.
This is what's written here.
Okay.
If it pleases you. If you were to translate it word for word. But if you're going to translate it contextually, it's please.
Okay. I understand that.
Can I have some water, please?
How you say if in French? Regular.
If si.
Si. Okay.
Okay.
And then the il is what again?
Il will be it.
Okay, there we go. Right. So really, there should be a comma right here.
It's a
like that.
contraction, right?
Okay.
It's a contraction. So it's really si il vous plaît. If it pleases you, but they contract if and it and make it seal.
Seal. I got you. Okay. Very interesting. You know what I mean? Good. In Hebrew, ba in Hebrew means in. And then we have ba quash. Ba quash. And ba quash means request. And then we have what I like to call, because it's not for sisters, it's not for females only, right? I have what we call the humble tense. That H right there is for humble. I'm gonna call it the humble tense. Baba Kwasha.
It's a T, sir, at the end of play. In the French.
Play, right. This would be a yogurt. So I used to eat. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was called Play Campbell. Yeah. It was called something Play. The yogurt. If you put Play and yogurt, the same spelling, it's gonna come up. You know what I mean? Okay. Other basic words. Please, thank you, you're welcome. Salakia, right? How you say sorry in Hebrew? Sorry. How you say sorry if you get to the Creole?
It could be two words. It could be pardon.
Pardon.
Pardon. Or esquiser.
Esquiser. Pardon is easier, right? Pardon, right? Say again?
No, Padon.
Padon.
Creole is more raw than French. French you would say pardon. We'll put the R there. Creole you don't have all that. Creole is pardon.
Pardon. Okay.
It's dry, like raw.
Okay. I'm trying to tell you, man. Next time I roll with you to Brooklyn, you know what I mean? The little Haiti. That's the Brooklyn, aka Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I'm saying all of this stuff. I'm saying pardon. Kijonier. Sagafe. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Pardon, right? And in Hebrew, that would be salak. Salak is how you say excuse. Right? Salak. And then ya will be my. Salak ya, my excuse. That's what salak is. Salak means excuse. Ya is my. Who did it? You did it? You did it. Was it your fault? Was it your fault? Or was it your fault? Okay, no problem. How we say sorry in Hebrew? Salakia. Very good. Salakia is how you say sorry. Okay? Okay, good. No questions, my partners, all right? Anything you want to say? hail. Hail is actually peace. So when you're saying
No,
hail is the old English greeting to where hail O comes from.
Okay.
Hail O King. Hail O brother. Hail O. Right? That's where hello came from. Okay. It's not like the blackity blacks. They say, oh, you say hello because we're in the hells of North America. No, it's not that, right? Hello came from hail. All right. Okay. Anything else that we say? Because then we're gonna go on to the alphabet. All right. No questions yet today, all right?
No questions, sir.
Okay. It's a very chill week this week. Everybody came in from Chicago. You know what I mean, a lot of people worn out. You know how that go. Okay. Anything you want to say yet to the other state?
Sir, the Hebrew for Sabbath service.
You wanna know to say that?
If you could break it down, when we say my jump so upon your heart put down, if you could break these things down, sir.
Okay, so we'll start with Sabbath, right? What we call it Sabbath in the English, right? Sabbath, right? The Sabbath is called Sabbath, right? Let me check because then you got Sabbath, you got Shabbat, right? I think I'm saying it wrong. I think it's Shabbat, right? Shabbat, right? Shabbat, which came from Shabbai, right? Which came from Shabbai, right? And Shabbai is how we say the number 7, right? 7 in English, right? Even in English, the same way how we got a star here and a shah here, the same way how this SH was originally S, right? And we got the vowel sounds that we have in English that we don't have to be written, that we don't need to be written in Hebrew, right? But the letter V comes from the letter B, right? So in Hebrew, there's no V in Hebrew because English is the baby of Hebrew, right? So the letter V is from B. The letter F is from P. I wrote it like a Hebrew letter. All right. What's some other new letters? Some other new letters. What's some other new letters again? You'll see. Sometimes you'll see a Z. That might be a Taza, like Zephaniah. You know what I mean? What's some other ones again? What's them? A, B, C. C is not in there, right? That's what we say the car. When we say a car, in other languages they'll write that like a KH.
J, sir.
Huh?
J.
Right? J, the letter J is from Y. Alright? Now that K, right, that KH, you've seen it before when they say Chemite. So when people say Kemet, it's from this. Right? When they have was that place in Ukraine that they was bound to smithereens the other day?
Crimea.
Not Crimea, no, it's not Crimea. I don't know. I can't remember which place. What it's called. But you're thinking with a KH. You know what I mean? Whatever place that was. That KH is this. You know what I mean? What you say, Mapatza?
How did the J come, the Y come from the J? So,
The J comes from the Y. Right? The letter J was on purpose made so that you cannot call on the Lord's name. It was to, on purpose, cross out the Lord's name, which they were right like that. It was to get rid of it. Because at this time, the oppressor, the Caucasian, used to be the Roman and the Greek, right? Who now took over black areas of Europe, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom, per se, right? They were now about to have all 12 tribes in captivity in the America. And they can read at the beginning, I believe it's chapter 1 of Exodus, where we called on the Lord's name, and the Lord had respect unto us. So the oppressor's goal was to make sure that you never knew how to say God's name. If I ask you, what's God's name? We don't know, because that was the purpose of the J. So now we, it's okay, Yatiza. You know what I mean? It's fine. That's the example is that we won't know the Lord's name. I'm gonna take God's name right now. God's got a name. And God is not whatever you want to call him. Here's God's name right here. This is God's name. Right? God's name, right? This. God only speaks one language. Well, he can understand every language. But God's language is Hebrew. And God's name is Yah Ha Wah. That's God's name forever. Right? Some people write it like this. Right? And God, in God's language, he wrote it like this. Yeah, I'll spell it in the room. But Pastor, you had a hand up, right?
yeah, sure. So, if it's in Spanish, they still use the J as it would be in English, like Jehovah. Like, like the Bible still use it.
Right. They'll say it with a Y or with a J.
They'll say hail, which is with Jehovah, which would be with a J. So,
Okay. But you're already saying hey.
Hey, right.
Right.
Like it's the Lord's name, but it's not.
But hey is with a J in Spanish.
In Spanish, come. That's what.
Right. But they'll say hey Jehovah.
Come.
Okay, right. You know what I mean? So that J is to eliminate your ability to say the Lord's name. Because you'll be born as a child, until the day you get old, you will not know how to say the Lord's name without coming here. Right? So Christians have no idea what we're talking about. All these churches all over the country, you ask them what God's name is, and they won't know what to tell you. You ask them in the Bible, did God say that he spoke English? No. Is God an English word? Yes. Did God call himself God in the Bible in English? Of course not. You know what I mean? So God's name is Yahweh. That's God's name. All right? Good, right? A, B, C, D, E, right? That letter E, all these vowels, right? They were put for something else, right? So the E, a lot of times, I think they wrote it as, I got a book over there, I got the key right here. Let me just get this book right here. Okay. So this book right here is from Yale University, one of the most expensive colleges in the world, right? And according to Yale, right? Here's the key for the vowels right here. Just so people know that we're not making it up. The page is flat, right? Want to go back? Right there. So they can see it right there, right? So we got for E, what we got? We got the Ha, right?
For E, we got Yah. It's I or E.
Okay.
Yah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The R, we got Ha for ah, I mean for the letter A,
Okay.
and the wa in the Hebrew, in English is O or U.
There we go. You know what I mean? And that will be our keys here, right? So for E and I, right?
Gotcha.
E and I, they had the
Ya.
ya, right? Wrote like so. And then for the added D, they put a trying to see how to write this, right? For O and U, right? I don't want the and sign is making it a little confusing to the site. Right? I want to put it where it's not confusing to the site, right? The O and the U are the wa, right? And then what's the last one again?
The A.
The A. Ha.
Gotcha.
Okay. Right, so this is a different format. This is more going into the Jewish language, the Yiddish, right? And these are for the rest of Eurocentric languages, right? I feel like I'm missing something here, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, right? U, V, right? W, X, X. The X, I don't know how to translate the X. Slovakia. You want to translate the X. But the X is supposed to be like an S sound. I know that much. Right? But I don't think they translated it that way. Right? But X, of course, is a new letter. Alright? Good. Now, okay. Okay. Service in Hebrew. Oh, that Shabbat is supposed to be 7. Right? So that TH is just like the TH that we have in English at the end of a word. Right? In a lot of instances, right? 7. 7. Right? 7th, right? Service. Service is ibadah. Ibad, because ibad is how you say serve. And then ibadah, right? Was the thing that you did for somebody else. Right? That humble tense. Right? That humble tense is like being in lower rank. Even if you're in a higher rank, you might humble yourself, for a favor for someone. You might ask them things in a certain way, right? Now, to do service for somebody, you must, number one, you must be in a lower rank than them, right? Because then now you're the serviceman for who? The employer, all right? Right? Hence the humble tense, H for humble, right? H for humble, right? It doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean anything to do with a female. It doesn't have to be, it could be a female. Females are always in the lower tense or in a lower rank, you know what I mean? For that same reason. All right? Good. Okay. Now, you're saying you wanted to put imadium in your shavium. Okay. So imadium. When we say imadium at the end of class, imad means to stand. All right? Stand. And then imadium means plural. Besides that, what do we have? We have yashab. Yashab. Yashab means to sit. Right? Like what you sisters are doing. You guys are sitting. Right? Yashab yum. which means that yum, we know that the yum means plural. Right? Plural, meaning more than one. Right? Okay? What else do we say? We will say yadyam mata. Okay? Yad is how you say hand. Right? And then yadyam means plural, meaning more than one. Hands. Right? So it's like saying S. Right? So let me put that there. Let me put an S there. Because that is how we do things in English. Right? S. Right? Okay. And then mata, right? Around yadim, you have mata. Mata means down. Now, I've been trying to look for the root word of mata, right? I haven't got the chance to really identify the one that I'm looking for, right? But I'll say this, related to this is mawat. Mawat is how you say move. Mawat is move. Very, very important word, especially for these brothers in the school which has been given much authority over people in the world. I'm talking about a lot of people. I'm talking about you go somewhere and think of something and it happens on the street. Can't say that about a figures like group. Can't say that about a figures like group. I'm talking about you go to court to be evicted on the day and the judge gives you 12 months to leave. I kid you not. Talk about me. That's all I kid. You know what I mean? But it's true. You know what I mean? It's everything. You know what I mean? You're talking about you get a red light ticket and the cop lets you go. Or you get a speeding ticket and you tell the judge, I didn't go that speed, and the judge believes you over the cop. I'm talking about weird business. You know what I mean? In court. You see what I'm saying? Strange. The brothers in here have been given a lot of power. You know what I mean? No problem. What else do we say? Okay. So we say yadyam together, yadyam mata. So we'll say kum yashala. Yadyam, yad is your hand. Yadyam, what? Mata? Mata means down. Yadyam mata, hands down. Yadyam mata, hands down. You know what I mean? Or what's the other one? We bless each other. And we say Yahweh Shemir Sharu Gatha. And then we say Yadyam, which is your hands. Mata means down. Yadyam mata. Right? And then we dismiss the class. Okay? Okay? Yeah.
Like, what if you wanted to say fist? Because I know you can't read that, but something.
Well, we have to look for something in the scriptures for fist. Your fist, I mean, that's an English word. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, don't stress different English words. Your fist is what is your hand.
Right.
Yeah. Now you might just look it up. Just put fist KJV on Google and see if you get something. If you don't get nothing, then don't even sweat it. You know what I mean? But your fist is your hand. You know what I mean? You want to keep things basic and simple. If you're gonna work a hand already, you know what I mean? Just say hand and then get other words that we don't know. Picture. You know what I mean? There's other words that we are unsure about. You know, a handle. You know what I mean? So let's try to think outward with vocabulary. And then when we get outwards and we master what's out there, then we can go into each sub of word and try and complicate our language more, but we're not there yet. You know what I mean? God. Okay. So we said turn and face the east. Right? Turn and face the east. Okay. Why? Because the east is where our homeland was. Right? Jerusalem. Right? Turn in Hebrew is sar. And in Hebrew is wa. Wa. Right? Face is pan. Right? Usually you're never going to see pan without the ya. So panya. Right? The in Hebrew is ha. Right? And then east in Hebrew is quadam. Right? Sar wa panya ha quadam. Turn and face the east. So this is your pan, your panya. If you want to say in front of me or before me means in front of me, right? That's the English. English, because it's a language that has been built up for years. In front of me, and you say in front of me, and you say before me. Happen right in front of me, or happen right before me. But today we say before like a thing like happened like yesterday. Right? But before and in front mean the same thing. Right? So in front of me or before me, right? You see this a lot in the Hebrew, right? Is la panya. Right? La, which is a preposition to say to, and then panya. Right? Because pan is properly face, and then the ya is mine. Ya is mine. Right? Meaning it happened in front of me, before me, he did it before me. He did it to my face. La panya. La panya. Right? You see that a lot, right? Before me, in front of me. Go ahead. Even if it's not before me, say have it before someone else. This phrase stuck in our language. So if I say before him, I will say la panya wa. If I say have it in front of her, la panya ha. Happen in front of us, la panya nawa. Right? So let's put that here for you, right? For ka, for you, right? Ya, for sometimes you'll see la panya ya. I've seen that before too, right? Even though, now I don't make up these rules. I'm only telling you what I see in that Bible. I believe we're doing a Sabbath service today after this class right here. And what we do see is, even though the panya is to my face, this became the phrasing for before. Right? So somewhere along the way, that just became the official way to say before. And then before me, depending on where you read in the book, you see la panya by itself, or you see la panya ya. Now, for the sake of everyone's understanding, I'm going to take the ya off, or la panya ya. But the time when David starts talking, the language gets a little tricky. You're going to see a lot of more ma's everywhere. Ma at the beginning of words, and mawa in the beginning of words, and extra yas at the end of words, which is where we're reading right now. Right now, me and Abadia, I know you got to leave, right? I know justice I'll be holding down for a while. You know what I mean? In the time of David now in Psalms, there's added prepositions and added possessors everywhere to mean more precise and complicated things, right? So of course, we're learning the basics. All right? All right? Wa is he, say in front of before him, and then before her. Her in Hebrew, it sounds very similar. Ha. We already talk like that in New York. It happened to her. It's her bad. Do you talk to her? We already talk like that. Her comes from her. Alright? And then we have Nawa. Nawa is how you say us. Right? Properly, the word our came from Nawa. Right? The word our. That sounds like Nawa. That's how we got our in English. Right? Of course, O-U-R using English sounds doesn't make our. O in English is what? O. And then U is what? O. Right? So properly, if I was to speak proper English and sound these letters out as they taught us in kindergarten, then we would say our. Our. That was how you say our. 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 But we don't say our because it's from our. It's from now. To say us, ours, our school, our house, our family. All right? Good. Okay. What else do we say on Hebrew? We say the shapar. Right? Shapar is the horn. Shapar. Okay, shapar. What else we say? What should we say on prayer? Right? Pray. Pray or prayer. Prayer is halal. This is my prayer. This is my pray. I'm praying. Halalia. Okay. I want a picture of this right here because you don't see stuff like this every day. Okay. What else do we say? We can set up a service. We call up the next brother. Right, but we don't say that right now. What do we say? Praise, Shapar, right? Anointing prayer. The anointing prayer. Yeah, but we don't say. We'll say it in English. Okay, but if you want to say anointing prayer, anoint is mashak. Mashak. Right? And as you know, Hawashai is the Christ, which the Christ means anointed. Okay? So in the past tense, mashak in the past tense, mashak yak. Because ya in the middle of a word is like saying ed, to say past tense. Anointed. Right? Ma sha ya. Right? And that ya right there is this ed right there. Okay? Okay. Okay. There was no question on that at all, right?
No question.
Okay. Anointing, I would like to say it's mashawak. You know what I mean? But knowing the culture, we would just say anoint prayer. It might just be mashak palal. You know what I mean? We say it to
We say yaya.
for wine. God. Okay. Wine. Yeah. Right? Oil is shaman. Shaman is oil. Okay. Now there's some people out there that they call a shaman.
Right.
I don't know what language that is. That was the microwave. If I could answer for that, it's like the microwave made a beeping sound.
Sir, shaman, and they supposed to be like some like priests, I believe.
Right.
Like healers.
Come.
Or like shaman healers.
Right. Okay. So in other words, a shaman is supposed to be a priest, right? And the priest would usually pour some shaman on somebody. Everything points back to the Hebrew. Okay. You got to get this off?
I got something here. So it says, shamanic practices may originate as early as the Paleolithic, predating all organized religions, and certainly
referring to the Bible. Yeah.
Predating all organized religion, and certainly
predating all organizing religions. That sounds like Abraham and before.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They call Christianity, Muslim, and Judaism the Abrahamic faith, and then the Indians gonna go call their god Brahma after Abraham. You know what I mean? Shalom. We're teaching class right now, right? Hebrew. Okay, so come. All right, shalom. Go ahead, Tazani.
Cons are predating all organized religion, and certainly as early as the Neolithic period.
So, in other words, nobody can say what language it is. Well, for our education's sake, that language is Hebrew. A shaman out there putting all of the herbs with the spices in the oil, rubbing it on you for have that healing effect, is from the word oil in Hebrew, shaman. Okay? Good. What's next?
And if I may, sir,
Please.
With that word, being that that word is oil, which is what is used to anoint.
Yeah.
We just went over Mashiach, right? This is the anointed,
right?
Who heals, heals people, whether you're dealing with mental illness, whether you're dealing with the wrong philosophy, the bad philosophy of the world,
whether you're blind.
So,
God.
So that would be a connection with anointing, right, and oil with healing in our culture.
Yeah.
You would say so?
God, I would definitely say that. God. Of the Most High comes healing. That's what it says in Deuteronomy. And everywhere, right? So if you're not in the truth, then you could be left to the Lord's mercy. And a lot of times the Lord allows people to just die. You know what I mean? But when you come close to the Lord, He keeps you alive and preserves you. You see what I'm saying? Which is why when everyone dies out here, nobody dies in here. I've never heard of someone getting shot in here or hurt in here in no crazy way, like they get shot or nothing like that. In here. Alright? Okay. In here, nobody died from COVID in here. Nobody, not one person that have COVID in the ISUPK. But we all know someone that died from COVID. You know what I mean? People right in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? No sweat. Okay, let's keep going. No questions online, right? Any comments online?
So you do have a question.
Okay, one question.
Lashawan Qadash says, Salaki, sir, is the word for sodomite man or woman Qadash because of the law in Deuteronomy 23:17?
I don't get that question. Say it again. Is the word Saddam male? Okay, the word separate.
Is the word for sodomite
Sodomite, which is
man or woman?
Which is Qadash.
Right. He's saying, is it Qadash because of the law in Deuteronomy 23:17? I'll have to get that law.
He said Deuteronomy?
Sir.
Okay, let's say the law. I guess that's the one we
Not
said.
sure if he's talking
There
about
shall be no.
cons.
Yeah, there should be no sodomite of the sons, or the whore of the daughters of Zion, right? Now I don't know if I'll say it like that. So, okay, is he referring to the tense with the ha on the end?
Yeah, Mashamar, can you explain what you mean by that? Can you clarify your question, Baba Nishar?
Read it one more time so I can see if I can think of what he's thinking.
Is the word for sodomite man or women Qadash because of the law in Deuteronomy 23:17?
Right, I would say, according to him, I would say yes. If I'm getting what he's saying to himself, you know what I mean? He's looking at sodomite and whore, meaning the sodomite is referring to men, right? And then the whore, right? Lesbians, you know, they whore, man. They might pretend, but they, all right. Don't want to be too explicit, slacky after that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I'll say yes to his answer, to his question. All right? Yes, precisely so. All right. But now just know the word Qadash, right? Qadash, the word itself means separate. And if I separate the signs from the chairs, what gender is the signs and what gender is the chair? They don't have a gender. You know what I mean? They don't have, they don't have a gender. Right? So try to not think of words like that. Like, what is masculine? What is feminine? Because this is not Spanish. This is not rojo and roja flower. All right? It's not that kind of thing going on here. It's not Danielle and Daniela. All right? That's not this kind of language. All right? Qadash is Qadash. Right? We break things down by the letters that are in the word. Qua, da, and sha. Right? Qua is rise. Right? Da is a door. And sha is teeth. Now, whatever those meant to our forefathers a long time ago, that means separate somehow. All right? And I can't really explain what this is, right? But you can do this. This method falls into all words. You know what I mean? In one way or another, right? One I do know is we went over grape one time. Grape in Hebrew is Ainab, right? Ainab, right? Ainab, which in the Hebrew, right over here, Ainab, right? So now, Nab, I is literally your eye, right? Na is, it means to sprout, right? Nawan, right? Means to sprout, right? And then Ba means your house. Now, of course, outside of your house, you will have a vineyard. And they probably can't see you got something on the street, right? You're not right now. Correct, right? So, of course, outside of your house, when you are, when you have a garden, you might plant some things. For Israelite culture, we would have a lot of yard space. So we would have all the plains of Bashan and Jericho and Jerusalem and the plains of all of what's going on over there in our land in the Middle East. So Ainab, which is grape, your vineyard is outside of your house. All right, because we don't have a letter to say garden. So you have your house, the sprout meaning they grow there, they grow outside of your house, and grapes look like little eyeball-shaped things. All right, the grapes are like little eyes, and they grow outside of your house. Ainab, that's how we got that, right? So for now, even to this, there's no gender to this. It grows outside your house. That's what we're saying. These little eyeball-looking things grow outside your house. You know what I mean? Teeth. Now, for Qadash, this means separate. Right? You have your teeth. I don't know, man. I'm thinking, knock your teeth out and fly in the air. That's what I'm thinking. But I can't say that's what it is. It might be it because this is a Negro's language, and in Negroes we think like niggas. You know what I mean? It could be knock your teeth out, make your teeth go flying. Knock your teeth out, make it go flying. Separate. Right. I mean, it sounds like it. I might be wrong, but so like I want to say that I'm right here because this is Judite culture. You know what I mean? This is Haitian culture. You know what I mean? This is, Latino culture. We think of being defenders of our homes, defenders of our family. Right. All right. So it could be that teeth out the door, teeth go flying. Separate. You're not separated from us. All right. So that's how the language works, right? And for anyone else that want to give a try on a word, you can, right? Bayah. Ba-ya. Okay, which is your house. Right? House. Bayah. All right? Ba is your house. Ya is your hand. And ta is your mark, meaning your location. So in other words, in this spot, my hands build this house. Okay? You can do that with any word.
So what does this word mean?
Bayath is your house. So you want to find a house? Joshua told us, go get land. Kill these Africans, unalive these Africans, and you're going to build your homes there. You know what I mean? Judah going to get over here. Benjamin, you're going to get right outside of Judah. Levi, your home is going to be the courts in every tribe. You know what I mean? What's going on, sis?
When is the class over?
Oh, very soon. It's going to be over. That's fine. I understand. You know what I mean? How old are you? 7. Yeah, understandable. It's going to be over in a little more than 10 minutes. All right? So very, very soon. We're coming to the end right now, okay? Okay? Ban, right? Ban, I notice how I try to get the definition from going backwards. Because I always see it like that. I don't know if it's an actual rule. There's no real rule in books. I've heard them speculate about this, and they'll say this, and General Kobalamov told us to do it like this, right? But we've never really seen it done. But now, of course, we plug it in and play, and we get results, right? So ban for son, this is ban, this is your son. Ba is for bayat, which is your house. And then the na is for sprout, meaning grow. Right? So your sons grow your house. You know what I mean? That's how you expand the house of Israel, the house of Judah. You have sons. Right? For daughters, same thing. Banat, right? Meaning you find them here. They're located here. She's in the house. The man goes out to war. You know what I mean? The daughter, she's found in the house, and she's also helping to grow the house. Meaning what? She's not made to grow someone else's house. She's made to grow your house, right? Referring to the father, right? Okay? Good. Anybody got anything online to try to word plug and play no letters, no words? All right. Well, we'll be here for that, right? So let's go put the blueprint on the board of all the letters, and then we'll end the class there, no matter what time we finish with the letters, all right? Okay. So we map out the middle, right? I'm making a chart because I'm going to write out what every letter in Hebrew means, and then after this we'll be done. Okay. So this is the last part right here. What's the name? Michaela. So we're almost out of here, Michaela. Right? This is the last part right here. Right? Okay. Ba ga da ha wa. Right? So we put wa right here. Ah. Ba ga da ha. I feel like I'm writing it backwards. Yatazar. This is how you write a ha, right? Right? It's not.
It goes this way.
It's not this way, right? I think it's that way. Yeah. It's the wrong way.
Is it the English F influence?
I don't know what it is. It might just be, we will lose our language very easily, as it says in the scriptures, as it says in Nehemiah. You know what I mean? Ka should be down here, right? Ha wa za ha ta ya ka, right? La. Oh gosh, I'm writing M like English. La, ma, na, sa, I. La, ma, na, sa, I. Ah. Write a little better than that. Right. So I pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, da. Okay, good. So now we have these figures on the board. We call it a pictograph. If you can just give me the definition of pictograph on Google, there, but we'll show methods, all right? Right? A is for Allah. Allah, which is a cow. Ba is for, we just said this one, Baya, which is your house, properly tent. Right? Our first houses a long time ago were tents. Ga is for Gamal. Right? And Gamal is a camel. Okay? That is for Dalat. And Dalat is a door. Ha is for Hana. And Hana is translated in the Bible as behold. In English, we'll say Ha is for here. They both begin with H. Wa is for wow, which is a fish hook. Fish hook. Right? Za is for Zayan, which is a weapon. Kawama is for a fence. Today we call that a wall, but we're going to call it a fence. Tana'a is how you say basket. Today we like a bag. It's a basket. The bottom of a basket. Ya is for yard. Yard is your hand. Ka is the figure of the drawn in the middle of your hand. Right? K-A-P. And it's the palm of your hand. And just like all palms, just like your spoon, it's also the word for a spoon. Ka. Okay? La is for lamad. And beginning with L, lamad means learn. Learn. Ma is for mayam, which is water. Mayam.
If I may, sir.
Yeah.
Yahana. Is there anything in Hebrew, in the English, as far as the letter E concerned, that will say the E is from that Ha?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I've never come across nothing like that.
I'm asking because when you look at A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, right, and when you look in the English,
yeah,
A, B, right, those two look alike. The Ga don't look like the C, but the Da and the Da and the Ha look like D and E, and they in the right place as far as the English alphabet.
I know. Okay, I know a lot of these, a lot of the vowels, right? Minus the A, right? E, I, and O, U, right? A lot of these are formed out of the words out here. So with the wa, this wa right here, the wa, right? If you were to say, like a ra'alban, when we come and say ra'a, right? Ra'a, ra'al, this becomes like a U sound. right? It becomes like a U sound. So from there, instances like this is where heathens, or really, can I say Israelites, right? Because the Lord turned us into many nations, so that we're not united. Be not thou united, or any scripture where it says, unstable as water, thou shalt not excel. All right. Or any scripture where the Lord told the heathens to not be united, a kingdom against a kingdom that fights against itself, a paraphrasing, shall not stand, right? So we became many nations. So from the Romans, we started having different languages. We started taking over. Same way we adapted the Roman way of life, we became like white people, adapting Japhetic culture as we went off into Europe to by orders of Roman rule to go destroy them. A lot of us tried to be rebellious. We learned their ways, the same way how today in Haiti, be rebellious would try to be African as a way of rebelling, but we always go to some other culture's way and not our own, and that the Lord is not in that. So we went to Scotland, a lot of us. We learned the Gaelic way. We went to Ireland and Germany. We learned the Celtic way a little bit. And from these influences of the Japhites, right, became all these languages we got now. All right? Okay? So for I, say like I had a na and a ya. All right? And I say I connected them. Instead of saying na ya, it'll be like na ya, nai, right? So then the I got formed out of something like that. You know what I mean? For the other ones, I'm not sure, but I know me and Captain Katzar was going over this, all right, about how the vowels were formed. You know what I mean? Because of course, brothers always ask about what if if you connected the W and stuff like that, and the Ya, right? What sound it will make and stuff like that, right? But that's not, you don't see a lot of that going on in Hebrew, right? We went over earlier with the Panya and compound words, and they don't result to this, but the vowel sounds came from instances like this, right? So with the ow and the wa, so it'd be like a ah and a wow, right? If you connect those, you're gonna have like a ow sound, ow. But even though we don't do that, it's awa. Awa in Hebrew is how you say or. Okay. Samak. Samak is established. Right? I is for ayan. Ayan is the figure of your eye. So this is the shape of your eye. What is it? Pa. Pa. This is it's supposed to be your mouth. So you got teeth up here. You got your tongue here, and then you got teeth down here. Right? This is your pa. Right? So what I'm writing here is the definition of each of these letters to explain what they are. They all mean something. Right? So properly your paw, the top of your mouth, and then the jaw coming around. All right? The taza is for tazad, which is your side. Right? Kwa is for kwam, right? And it means rise. Because this is the figure of the sun rising from the horizon. So you have the sea, and you have the sun coming up from the sea, and we're going to say it's going up, sunrise. Ra'ash, this is your head. This is a figure of a head. Ra'ash. Right, and this is head. Right? And the same way I can draw a figure of a head, I can give him an afro, I can give him an eye, I can give him a nose, right? And this is his neck, all right? It's a figure of a person's head, right? Shan is your teeth. Properly in English, it will be tooth, but we don't say tooth. We say teeth, even singular. Knock your teeth out, it'll be one tooth flying, but we say teeth. Thou is mark, meaning X marked the spot. All right? Okay, what time we got there?
8:51.
No problem. With that, I pass the class to prison officer. Got this off.
Son of Christ, clap it up for the class. Most High in Christ, men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Real quick, I want to remind everybody, August 27, that is Sunday, on the last Sunday of the month of August, Isupk headquarters will be hosting its annual cookout at Marcus Garvey Park. All right. With that, I majum. One courtesy salute. I majum Shabbat. I majum Barak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yachmatah. So to the sisters are majum. We're going to give one courtesy salute. I majum Shabbat. I majum Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead. Yahweh, Shamar, Shemai, turn around. Turn around. Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Ata, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. Najmatah, dismiss. Sorry, first.